Hey everybody, it's your old pal Brian Hunt, and welcome to another episode of 60 Seconds of Risk. Today I've got my good friend Christina Rossini with R Squared Electric. Welcome to the show.
Howdy. Thanks for having me, Brian.
You bet, my pleasure. So this is kind of an interesting topic. I think a lot of people in Texas are going to find interest and have had interest on this. And let's kind of go back in time a little bit. February 2021, I would have a hard time believing this would have happened, but the entire state of Texas pretty much lost power for 5 days. Having lived in the Northeast, my parents' house in Connecticut, there'd be times that the power goes out and everything went off, and I said, well, I'm not living here anymore. And so I moved to Texas. And I gotta tell you, I was rather surprised. I think a lot of people were surprised. For this entire state, which is supposed to be the energy capital of the world, lost power for 5 days. So as a result, people were exposed to, geez, what do I do if I lose power for 5 days? And as a result, I would like to think there's been a pretty substantial increase in natural gas generators, correct?
Incredibly.
Yeah. So tell me about your firm, exactly how you guys get involved with providing the installation of these units.
R Squared Electric is an electrical contractor serving North Texas,
Okay.
and we got involved with getting into the residential home backup generator business in December of 2020 when we sold our very first generator.
Uh-oh.
And then less than 60 days later, we have the Snowmageddon. So it was perfect timing. We were poised to be we were Generac Power Systems authorized dealer and install partner. So how that came about was Home Depot came and called us after the snowstorm and said, hey, we saw you on the Generac dealer website. Would you like to get involved with installing some generators for us and our clients here in North Texas? So that's how we got involved with that on a bigger scale.
And since that time, how many generators have you installed?
About 400.
It's quite a bit. And so we're looking at her unit right here. It's installed next to the house. So this unit, we've talked about this, is installed and will automatically kick in if it detects power comes off, correct?
That's right.
And as a result, you need to have a natural gas line. Now, I think you can kind of see here, this individual, the owner's got the heater for his pool conveniently next to the back side, so the actual line was connected from there to there, which made things a little bit easier. Correct?
Yeah, really, really easy, seamless installation.
So what have been some of the motivations for people to buy this? I mean, I, like myself, I'd be interested in having it because I fortunately didn't lose power, and so I didn't have the water damage everybody else did, knock on wood. But in the future, having a backup would be beneficial for my refrigerator, or maybe able to turn on a light or a toaster or something.
Tons of applications. So really, people get backup generators really for just one reason, and that's peace of mind.
Yeah.
They just want to mitigate any kind of risk that they could avoid in their lives by having a standby generator that kicks on automatically that's connected to their gas and their electric meter. Really, there are two different divisions of clients. Really, there's folks that are older retirees, past the age of retirement, that perhaps have life-enhancing medical equipment at the house, whether it be maybe a dialysis machine,
Okay.
or people that are in end-stage cancer that have that kind of medical equipment at the house.
Got it.
But even moms that have liquid gold in the form of baby breast milk in the garage fridge,
Especially these days.
or a bunch of elk meat in some
Yeah.
deep freezers.
Sure.
You don't want to lose that. So there's that motivation.
Sure.
And then the other half of clients are just people that, regardless of age, they just have the disposable income to invest $15,000 to $20,000 in a whole unit like this, to just avoid the BS of having to go without either heating or AC, whether it be losing power, with ERCOT in the middle of the summer when it's
Yeah.
106, or whether it be a 5-day snowmageddon over Valentine's Day weekend.
So right now, soup to nuts, if someone places the order, I want to get a generator, what's the time frame? What are the different steps that have to occur in order to get your generator installed?
Well, typically here are the major steps. So if you live in what's called an authority having jurisdiction, where you need a city permit to get, electrical trade permit, plumbing permit for this.
Yeah.
Most people have to get a permit unless you're out in the sticks. You don't need to have that. So there's permitting, and then basically we've got the truck rolls are you receive this, it's delivered on a flatbed truck. You've got the preformed cement pad. It's placed. You got delivery. And then you got a gas installer, a master plumber that's going to come and hook into your gas line, your gas meter.
Yeah.
You may or may not need to have a gas meter upgrade at that point. Luckily, Atmos pays for that for the homeowner,
That's
so
good to know.
no additional cost there.
Yeah.
And then after gas is installed, then you have electrical, which is more the hairier part of the installation.
Okay.
Typically the lion's share of the expenses and a lot more materials involved there. So
Okay.
with electrical installation, it's connected. It's involved is the electric meter, the panel, and then the generator itself. So it's all connected. Connects to the gas as well.
Sure.
And then once the electric installation is finished upon the gas installation being done, then we do what's called startup, which is we simulate a power outage where we kill power at the at the electric meter, and then this puppy kicks on, and then as soon as power is restored, then it goes back over and you're on utility power again.
Now, we were talking to the owner earlier. I think it does actually go on at least once a week, right? Just to test itself?
Yeah, it exercises for about 10 minutes weekly.
Okay. Just to know it's there, it's going to be working. So.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously, I think there's probably more and more people going to want to know more about this option. We're seeing increasing severity of storms, flooding that can impact power, hurricanes, freezing temperatures. I mean, things are getting a little more dicier, for lack of a better term. So having something like this can put a little more peace of mind. And it's kind of like anything else. You plan for the worst and hope for the best, and hopefully you never have to use it. But knowing you've got it there, you can go on about your life.
You know, that's exactly right. And I tell people it's like a $20,000 insurance policy that you may never have to use, but it'll also work for 20 years. I mean, this is like a small vehicle.
Yeah.
It's got a maintenance schedule. You get an oil change once a year.
Okay.
Actually, technically every 125 active hours, which is roughly once a year, depending on how, if you're using it a whole lot or not. But this puppy will go. It'll be good to you for 20 years as long as you keep it up and maintain it.
Fantastic. Christina, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your insight of this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this as well. Again, we're all kind of in the same boat, thinking about risks, and this is a way to maybe reduce that risk or alleviate it from your household and your daily life. Again, like all times, if you got a topic or individual want me to interview, like Christina, please say so on my LinkedIn. You can also subscribe to my channel on YouTube and also find the links to this on my Twitter page. Until next time, bye, everybody.
Oh, actually, before we go, you want to say kick it
off?
off?
Oh, yeah, let's kick it in. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So needless to say, it's kind of loud. But we got to see it in action. Christina, thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Ciao.